Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Here we are together again on the radio. Matthew writes in and says, Dear Tom, I am a soon-to-be 21-year-old male with... Jesus Christ. A 4-year-old boy. Me and my ex split up when he was only 6 months old, and I got custody. She has visitation rights but doesn't have to pay me child support. Why not? Because you're an idiot. Within the first year of us splitting up, not only did she get married, she also got knocked up again. Her new child is now a year or more old. She's been calling me for the past few months, bitching and complaining about how her new life with her new husband and new child is horrible. She goes on to tell me how much she misses being with me and how much better it would be if we got back together, and that it would be better for our child. Oh, great, now she can abandon her second child to come back and be with her first child. Wonderful. Matthew says, now I have no intentions of getting back with her. If I've learned anything from Leykis 101, it's that you don't date women with kids. They equal too much baggage, well, especially when they're your kids. Holy cow. But he says, it's gotten into my mind that I would like to F her once more. She was just as crazy in bed as in her everyday life. So, Tom, what should I do? Should I just keep telling her no, that I'm doing better than her now, which I am? Or would it be okay under the 101 rules to pull a hit it and ditch it routine on my ex? Signed, Matthew. Matthew. And this is not going to be the topic of the hour. I just want to say this, Matthew. She got with you when you were 17, and she got knocked up. You two split. Then she gets with another guy. Right away, gets knocked up, now wants to abandon the second kid to come back to you and the first kid? You just want to hit it and quit it, but guess what? Somehow, she's got this spell over men. No rubbers, no birth control, nothing. If she has sex with you, you'll be having another kid together. I guarantee it. My very strongly worded advice to you is, forget about it. Completely. No way. At all. Hopefully you're hearing what I'm saying, Matthew. Now, the reason I'm reading you this letter is not because I want people to give advice to Matthew, because I think the advice is pretty clear-cut. We know what Matthew needs to do and not do. Imagine that. You've got custody. She doesn't have to pay child support. Oh, my God. 21 with a 4-year-old boy, and you want to get back to effing this ex of yours? No. But there she is calling you, telling you how terrible life is with a new husband, the new child. It's terrible, terrible, terrible. If only she could hook up with you again. Now, I'm wondering how many people this is happening to, and I know it happens. In Southern California, this is an epidemic. In case you're not aware of this, in case you don't live where we live here in Southern California, anytime somebody hooks up, like moves in or gets married or whatever, you never say, oh, there's another one off the market. You know, I was hot for her, and now she's not available anymore. No one says that. I mean, essentially what you do when somebody gets married or moves in with their boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever is you leave them alone for about 6 months. Then about 6 months later, the calls start coming in because everybody knows how much people hook up and break up here in SoCal. And even if you're not one of those people, the calls come in anyway. Hey, how's it going? How's married life? Ever get that call? How's married life? You know what they're asking you when they say that? Has it fallen apart yet? Can I jump right back in there? How's married life? They don't want to say, oh, have you broken up with your husband yet? Have you broken up with your boyfriend yet? Have you broken up with your girlfriend yet? No. They want to make it sound like they are concerned about your welfare. They want to let you know they're happy you got married, thrilled for you, just absolutely bowled over how wonderful it is. You just want to hear, that reaffirmation from you that you're happy. At least that's how they want it to sound. And I must say, we joke with Dean about keeping women in the tickler file, but I must say that in Southern California, and by the way, it's not limited to here, this is just the place it happens the most often. There are people who keep that tickler file going forever. You may get a call every 6 months, every year and a half from the same person. Could be literally years, could be decades. They will continue to call back. They're not calling back because they want to have a cup of tea with you. They're not calling back because they can't remember your birthday or your middle name or some other premise that they're calling on. No. They're calling to see if there's a way to worm themselves back into familiar territory. Now, granted, some people fall to temptation. Some people who are still married or are living with somebody, they actually will, stray. Meet somebody at a hotel or at their apartment or whatever, backseat of a car. You know what I'm talking about. They will hammer it out. Some people will actually leave a husband, a wife, a boyfriend, a girlfriend for somebody from the past. And there are other people, and I'm sure we'll hear from some of these as well, who are happy. They really are happy. But the calls just keep on coming. I'm not talking about one person calls you and then never calls again, then another person calls you, never calls again. I'm talking about the regulars, the people who continue to call you. Maybe you went for it, maybe you didn't. But these are the people who, getting married was no obstacle to them. You getting married meant nothing. It's like, okay, you're married. I'll call you back in 6 months. Okay, you moved in with somebody, but I'll keep checking up on you just in case. They may not even tell you they're going to keep checking up on you, but then they do. How's it going? How's his job? Do you have any kids? What's going on? Are you working? Blah, blah, blah. But these are buzzards circling around trying to prey on you when you are vulnerable. I mean, I'll go so far as to say here in Southern California, the fact that you're married, that doesn't stop anybody from continuing to call you. They just keep calling. I mean, I remember when I was married, there were people who would just want to check in once in a while. They just wanted to check in. See how I'm doing. And all you had to do was ask a couple of questions or sound open to the conversation, and then the real agenda would come spilling out. We should get together for a drink sometime. Ever get that call, boys? When's the last time a woman invited you out for a drink, right? So when you are married or you're living with somebody, when a woman calls that you used to know, inviting you out for a drink, you know what's going on. So whether you have succumbed to the temptation or not, okay, here you are in a relationship, right? You're married, you're living together, whatever, but that phone still rings, the emails still come in from people you knew in the past, and they continue to check up on you, not once, but repeatedly.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
You hurt a lot of people with your advice.
Who am I hurting?
You hurt a lot of people call in and say, hey, you know what? Try this. They said, oh, yeah, just get the booty and the money.
The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Molly, do you have an ex calling you all the time while you're living with somebody or married to somebody? Trying to entice you? Maybe they've succeeded, maybe they haven't. Mike, hello.
Hey, Tom. Long time, first time.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got my kid's mother. I left about 2 years ago. We had an ongoing in and out relationship, and until he was almost 2, and she moved into my place, and 2 weeks later I found out she was effing the guy upstairs. I kicked her out, and she ended up marrying the guy 2 weeks later after that. And needless to say, that marriage didn't work out, and on and off for the past year and a half, she's been calling me. Just, she won't come straight forward and say it, but I know what she's up to. I mean, she's regretting. You know what I'm saying?
How many kids do you have with her?
Just one.
Why'd you do that?
It was a big mistake. One time. It took one time without a rubber.
Yeah.
It took one time without a condom.
That's what it takes.
That's what it takes.
Mm-hmm.
But
so
now,
she's calling, and what are you going to do about it?
Well, I'm not going to do anything about it.
Well,
I'm engaged.
I'm asking. Some people take them up on the offer.
Well, there's no way that would take... Tell you one thing. She's been homeless she just got an apartment like 2 months ago, and she's been homeless for about a year. And she is my biggest mistake. I love my kid to death, but, if that
was your kid homeless too?
Oh, no, he lives with me.
Oh, I see.
And now she's trying to get 50% custody after being unstable for, almost a year.
Oh, boy.
And I'm fighting it.
I would if I were you.
Yeah.
She doesn't sound very stable to me.
No, I mean, there's no doubt that she loves my kid, but there's, we have a mutual friend that has told me and my fiance that she kind of asked, "Do you think Mike would take me back?" And our friend kind of laughed and said, "No way."
And you said you have a fiance?
Yeah.
And you are getting married. Why?
Because I love her. I want to spend the rest of my life with her.
Mm-hmm. But you did think you were in love before.
No, actually I didn't.
She moved in with you.
Yeah, she moved in with me, but I had this naive perception of doing the right thing.
Oh, okay.
So,
which we call on the Tom Leykis Show doing the wrong thing.
Right. Well, I didn't learn that until after 3 years of going through complete misery.
I understand.
Yeah. But anyway, just thought I'd call in and share my story.
Well, I'm glad you did. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Blow me up.
Here you go, Mike. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Lacey on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Lacey.
How are you?
Do you care?
Absolutely.
I'm doing great.
Awesome. I was telling Dino, I have the flip side. I'm the female who's getting pursued by the married male.
Right.
We've been friends since high school. He was my first love, first guy I ever slept with. Never saw him for 20 years. We reconnected on Classmates.com about 3 years ago. I'm single. He's still married. He calls me once a week, emails me, flirts with me, wants pictures. My boyfriend can't stand it.
Who can blame him?
That's true, too, but, he won't commit either, so,
So you're using this first love as a bargaining chip to try to hammer your boyfriend into committing to you.
No, I'm not using him as a chip or anything like that.
Well, why would you even take such calls?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's fun, I guess. It's fun to feel, like somebody's attracted to you.
Well, clearly your boyfriend is inadequate.
I'm sorry?
Your boyfriend is clearly inadequate.
No, absolutely not. He is the most fabulous thing in the world, and I'm madly in love with him.
Well, then why in the world would you need this attention from somebody else?
I don't know. I guess women, we're attention whores. We love...
I understand that, but you understand you could very well ruin your new relationship.
Well,
and you don't care enough about it to worry about that. Huh?
There's a whole flip side to that story.
What is the flip side?
He's married.
Your boyfriend is married?
Yes.
Why are you dating a married man?
I fell in love with him.
I see. And how would that have happened if you hadn't said, hey, you're married, I can't even have sex with you?
It just happened.
No, it didn't just happen, dear. You made it happen.
Yeah, we did.
No, you made it happen. You had the ability to say no.
That's true.
And you would not have fallen in love with him had you said to him, there is no way I'm having sex with you because you're married.
That's true.
And so now you not only are having a relationship with a married man, who, by the way, will never leave his wife for you in a million billion years. Write this down. You are now also enjoying attention from another married man. And this is your life, dear.
This is my life.
I mean, are you afraid of commitment yourself?
No, absolutely not.
Why are all the men that you have this interest in married?
You know what? It's not so much that I'm interested in them. It's, the first one.
You know what the delete button is for? Do you know what caller ID is for?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Why don't you use them?
I do, and I don't take his phone calls. He leaves messages. He sends emails in which my boyfriend reads.
But you could just, you realize you could list him as spam and keep him from even sending any email.
That was done last week. He was deleted or blocked from my email. He's not allowed to send me email.
And how about your cell phone? How about your home phone?
Cell phone and home phone both have caller ID, so I don't take any phone calls from him at home. It's been a long time since I've talked to him. Well, a long time being a month or so. He travels a lot.
So your boyfriend only cheats with you. That is a great monogamous relationship.
Isn't it great?
You're the only woman he cheats with.
Yes.
And you don't actually believe he's going to leave his wife for you, do you?
Well, he's actually already left her, but...
Oh, well, then where is he?
He lives by himself.
Uh-huh.
I just, until things are final, I don't want to pursue the commitment.
So you helped break up his marriage?
It's completely... No, he was already on the verge of being separated prior to me.
There, I'm a dog from way back, okay? That's what we all say.
Well, I've known him for many years. We were friends. We were very, very good friends before this ever happened.
But you never said to yourself, you know what, you're married. Your wife might not like this.
Yeah. I said that, when we were becoming...
How are you going to feel when he marries you and then he's got another good friend on the side?
I think that...
He'll never do that again. Right.
I've totally thought about that side of it and wonder if that could happen. And it could very well happen. I think that...
It will probably happen.
The one element that he was missing in his first marriage that he has with me is that he's my best friend.
He's your best friend?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I tell him everything. I don't hide.
But don't you think his wife thought that she was his best friend?
I'm assuming at one time she probably did.
Right. So the fact that he's your best friend today, clearly... You see, my best friend in the world... He's going to be my best friend no matter who I'm with or not with.
Very true.
That's what a best friend is, okay? This guy had his wife. She was his best friend until he met a better friend.
Well, I don't know.
Then you became the best friend.
I think that, like I said, his marriage was by far gone before I even came into the picture. So...
Well, you could have said, I don't want to have sex with you until you get a divorce.
That's true.
Or until you move out.
Now, that did happen. I did not sleep with him until after he had completely left her.
Right. So, and you don't believe in that scenario? That he left her because he was anxious to get into your pants?
No, because I think...
You had no influence on that?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think that the intimacy part of our relationship is what our relationship is based on.
I see. And, all right, so now you've got this ex, and just last week you stopped taking calls and emails from him.
No, I stopped taking calls from him a couple of months ago. And because he only calls like once every 2 or 3 months. It's not like it's an every week thing or, anything like that.
Usually it isn't.
I think it's like you said, he just checks in, every now and then. And
you ever say to him, hey, you're married, stop doing this?
Pretty much.
Come on, you just said you enjoy it.
Like I said, I don't have any interest in pursuing a relationship with him whatsoever. He'll call and flirt, how are you, whatever, wouldn't it be great to see each other again? I saw him about a year ago.
Why'd you do that? He has a wife.
No, we happened to run into each other at a public event.
I see.
I was with, my friends, and he was with his friends. It just kind of was coincidental. And that was the first time I had seen him since high school.
I see.
Like, physically seen him.
Uh-huh.
So, I don't know. It's an interesting little game he plays.
But, dear, he's playing because he has a partner to play with.
Well, that's true, but, that's very true. And as long as I let him continue to make the phone calls, be it anonymous or, the emails or whatever, he'll continue. I think for him, it's, or for any man, it's just as much as getting that fulfillment of attention on their side as it is for any woman.
Uh-huh. And you don't think you're afraid of commitment?
Oh, no, absolutely not. I can't wait to get married. I look forward to the day that...
everybody I've known who's afraid of commitment says that, and then everybody they're interested in is married or living with someone.
I just think that it just took me, long enough time to find the right person to be with, and I found him, and I have no intentions on ever letting him go.
All right, Lacey. Lacey, thanks very much for the call.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
Why not just adopt?
Because we have the ability to have children.
Oh, so what? I have the ability to take a crap on your head. Does that mean I should come over and do it?
I would like Andy. You should try.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Jacqueline on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Jacqueline.
How are you today?
Do you care, darling?
I would love to know.
I'm doing great.
Well, fabulous. I had to call you today. My fiancé, who I called previously to you and said, turn him on, because we just fought about this literally yesterday. I mean, honestly, we have been together almost 5 years. We have been engaged for about 6 months, and this girl that was one of the guys is now calling about once a week.
And has he ever had sex with her?
No, she was one of the guys. You don't understand. We just go golfing together, is what he tells me.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh, yeah, exactly. And he doesn't understand that guys can never have girlfriends. That just, I was one of those girls when I was younger. He doesn't understand that girls have alternative motives. One of the guys is no. They're interested and they just want to be your friend. I just don't understand.
Uh-huh. And so he's going to keep talking to her.
Well, I caught him in a lie.
Which one?
He said that he was going out to lunch with his buddies. Well, happened to run into one of his buddies. I said, oh, how was lunch the other day? And he's like, we didn't go to lunch.
Oh, boy.
So I confronted him, and he was like, oh, I went to lunch with Craig and Sarah. No. And I was like, oh, my God. Like, do you not understand this girl? She's one of the girls that sleeps with all of her guy friends.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
So what did he say about lying?
He was like, well, I knew you'd get mad, so I didn't want to tell you. Well, yeah, I'm going to get mad. Duh.
So, you don't have the guts to say what you have to say here.
What?
If this isn't over, I'm out.
Oh, we broken up over that.
Oh, you called him your fiancé. That's why I'm.
No, we broke up 2 years ago over the same thing.
Oh.
Yeah, and so now that we're back together, she decides to start calling again.
Well, dear. Mm-hmm. How complicated is that?
How complicated? Break it off. I know what you're going to say, but I wanted him to hear it from you also. Uh-huh. But he's so frustrating. I don't understand.
Dear, stop being frustrated.
I know.
You don't have to get married.
I know.
Right?
Yeah. But...
You're not going to break up with him, I can tell.
Huh?
You're not going to break up with him.
Oh, trust me.
You're going to try nagging him into stopping.
No. Mm-mm.
So you are going to break up with him?
Yeah.
Well, we can do it right now. We can call him right now and get this over with.
That's fine.
He's listening. All right, hang on.
He's listening. Okay.
All right. We're going to get his phone number right now. We're going to call him. Tell him right now. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Carmen on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, how are you doing, Tom?
I'm okay, Carmen.
Oh, I was just calling because I'm hoping you can talk some sense into my husband's ex.
Well, the ex cannot be controlled by you, me, or anybody.
Well, hopefully, something you say will hit her upside the head and she'll understand that, he's not interested since he hasn't talked to her in over 2 years.
You know how to tell somebody you're not interested? Stop answering the phone.
Well, he hasn't answered the phone. She just keeps calling, and she calls from my brother-in-law, except she blocks the number, or she'll call from different people's houses.
On my cell phone, I do not take calls from blocked numbers.
No, this is our house that she calls.
I don't take calls from blocked numbers, period. In fact, do you have SBC or Verizon? What do you have?
We have, I think it's Verizon. I'm not sure.
Well, both those phone companies have something. SBC calls it Privacy Manager. I don't know what Verizon calls it.
Uh-huh.
And it automatically diverts any telephone calls that do not have caller ID, period.
Okay.
So those calls don't even get to your phone.
Oh.
Now, if he's really serious about it, he will stop answering those calls.
Oh, he hasn't answered. My brother-in-law is the one that answered because she's a friend of the family, or she was at least. And she's still friends with my brother-in-law, and he lives with us too, so she calls to speak to him.
Yeah, well, guess what? You tell him it's your house.
Yeah.
And why is your brother-in-law living with you?
Oh, well, it's kind of a mutual thing. It's easier on all of us.
No, it isn't. Is it worth the threat to your relationship, having this woman call your house all the time?
No. I think it's more just me stressing about it, because my husband doesn't even mind. He's already used to her calling, and he's already learned to ignore it. It's just me, probably.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You think it's possible you got married too young, dear?
I sometimes think about that. I do. But we're already married, and I do love him, so,
Why do you want to nag him about this?
I don't nag him.
Why do you talk to him about it? I mean, if you're not going to do anything about it, then just shut up.
Well, I was kind of hoping that she was listening and that she was,
There. She already knows you don't like it.
Yeah.
The best defense is good offense, as Vince Lombardi once said.
Okay.
So if you don't want the calls coming in, block all calls that don't have caller ID. Block them.
Okay.
And be done with it. And if your brother-in-law has a problem with that, tell him to buy a cell phone. Cheap bastard. A lazy son of a bitch. What's he doing living at your house?
Well, it helps us out, too.
What, you need a roommate?
Yes.
All right, tell him that you will pay for the telephone. He gets a cell phone for himself, and he can talk to whoever he wants.
Okay. That sounds like a good idea.
And you block all calls with no caller ID.
Yeah.
All right?
I think that's probably what'll be easiest for me and for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you, Tom.
I'm here to help, Carmen. People complain about stuff. They love to complain. They love to nag. Then when you give them the solution, they don't want the solution. They just like the drama. They like it. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Oh, Jacqueline. Look at that. You're on the air. Oh, yeah, let's call him. Let's break up with him right now. Lied about her number. Lied about his number. Disappeared. Okay. All right, you're still getting calls from the ex, even though you're married or living with somebody? It's Nate on the Tom Leykis Show.
Big Daddy.
Hey.
Man.
Hey,
I just want to let you know you are Red Bull for my testicles because you gave me wings, brother. And I couldn't do without you. Hey, back in college, I meet this super sexy, slutty, psycho girl.
Mm-hmm.
Started booty calling it for about 4 years.
Right.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And she's still calling me from Boise every 2 to 3 to 6 months or so. And I just keep on having to meet her in Denver for a boys' ski trip. Can't get away from it. And I got a girl here, too, that's on the, she's nothing special, but she does the trick. And I think she might be catching on, though. I think she might be catching on because right before Valentine's Day this year, I get that special little letter in the mail with the heart stamps and the kisses on the outside of the envelope.
Yeah.
I had to tell her it was from my sister, but I don't think she bought it.
Oh, boy.
But, man, I want to say I love you, man. You really have helped me change my life for the better.
I like that.
You've helped me stay away from all those yappy bitches like the ones you got on the phone today and start paying attention to who I really am as a man.
Well, you know the ones I'm talking about, those yappy bitches.
You just had one on the phone.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Tom, will you take me out Kobe style?
Absolutely, Nate. Here you go.
This is about us. She's so special to me. Yeah, it beats in my heart. Yeah, the air I breathe. She's so special to me.
It's 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number here. Danny on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, how's it going, Tom?
All right, Danny.
Hey, I got a question. My girlfriend, she's got an ex-boyfriend.
You are how old?
I am 21.
And the reason you have a girlfriend is what now?
Well, I've been with her for the last year, and
why?
I know I shouldn't have a girlfriend.
Why?
I don't know, Tom. I just fell in love with her when I was 18.
Stupid.
It is. You're right.
Uh-huh. And now, whatever you're about to tell me is going to be the reason, one of the many reasons why the two of you are too young for this. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, she insists on seeing him all the time. You know, like she says it's her best friend. And I'm like, well, why would you want to see him, and talk to him 5-10 times a day?
How old is she?
She is 19.
19 and hasn't had enough experience in the world. And she's locked into a relationship with you and still wants to do stuff on the side. Because that's what happens when you get locked in too young.
Yeah, you think she's doing them on the side?
She could be.
Could be, huh? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. She insists that it's her best friend.
Right.
And yeah, best friend.
Well, that means you're not her best friend.
Yeah.
So, I would say this. If you're not her best friend, it's not a relationship anyway.
Yeah.
So, how about you end it?
You're right.
And then how about you stop making girlfriends for the next 4 years?
I know, just go out and do my thing, right?
Which you should have been doing to begin with.
Oh, I was, but,
No, not was.
Yeah, I should be.
Well, no, you not just should be. When's it going to start?
Needs to start now.
So you're going to break up with her now?
Maybe.
No, pal, please. I wasn't born yesterday.
I know.
You're not going to do it, are you?
And it's been in consideration for a long time.
The fact that it's a consideration is meaningless.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something I learned a long time ago in that book I always talk about. By P.D. Ouspensky, philosopher. Talking about doing something is very different from doing something. No. Talking, you have to understand, this is very important. Talking about doing something is not the same as doing something.
Yeah.
Thinking about doing something
is
not the same as doing something.
You're right.
The fact that you've had it under consideration is irrelevant.
You're right.
Because while you've been considering it, he's been banging the crap out of her. And Dean tells me the guy makes her CDs, burns her CDs of R&B songs.
Yep.
Probably some real sexy R&B songs in there, too.
Yeah. It's all about how, I miss you and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
It's all I miss you, I miss you, I miss you.
And you're such a pussy, you just put up with it.
Yeah, and
I know it. You're a pussy. Yeah.
Yeah, with her, I am being a pussy. And
why?
I don't know, and I don't know why. It's ridiculous, Tom.
Well, it is ridiculous. So why don't you do something about it, you pussy?
I should.
No, but why don't you?
Maybe I will.
No,
I will.
maybe not good enough. You won't.
I will.
When?
My dad is just like you. He's been at me listening to you since I was 14.
Well, I've only known you for 3 minutes and 21 seconds, and your dad says the same thing I say.
He does.
How many hints do you need?
You're right.
But you won't. But you won't do anything about it.
Yep, you're right.
I know I'm right.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
All women are whores, okay?
No,
and your
I don't
boyfriend, yes, your boyfriend is queer for beer and gay for pay, okay?
The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show. At 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Let's say hello to Lee on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Lee.
Long time, first time.
Thank you so much.
Love your show, man.
Thank you.
Quick situation, ridiculous situation. It continues to go on. It's relentless. This chick I used to bang
She calls relentlessly. She knows I'm married. I've been married for 2 years. She calls my office. She'll call my cell phone. It's just relentless. Hey, you want to do lunch? Hey, you want to go out for a drink? It's like dangling a carrot in front of a starving child. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't understand these women. I don't know why why they do this. She's even married.
Well, why don't you just block her calls?
Well, she has my office phone number. I can't very well change my office phone number, but, I changed my cell phone number. She called a friend of mine.
Oh, God, he gave her the number. God damn it!
The Tom Leykis Show.